Hello, everybody. It's Sunday night, and I'm just going to do like a little. I do various updates from time to time, and I notice because my hearing is going out on me, sometimes I'm not speaking loud enough, and I had a few people tell me we can't hear you, so hopefully I'll speak a little louder. I never like to make a video just for one particular cause or purpose. But because it's upset me for the last 6 hours, I said, let's do this. As most of you know, our strategy online is to go to get as many sites as we can out there. And of course, when you're doing that, you just join a bunch of them, and it's inevitable that sometimes they cancel you. Some do it like right away, some do it over time. And what I do is I just leave those links on and I just put the note. But today I had a disturbing thing. I'm going to title this, Who is the Jester? He'll see this tonight. The Jester is an infamous hacktivist. He's an international hacker that operates out of the United States of America. I believe I know his name because I had to research it. But he does it anonymously. And recently, the last year, he gave a couple of interviews and all. And there's a name that they give for this man. Now, why is this important? Well, I had no idea that one of the sites out of the many is owned by him. He opened up a site, this man by the name of the Jester, opened up a site called Counter Social, which was one. I got another one today after that, which is good. A lot of the Indian sites are excellent sites, so we got a new Indian site in India. But I was on the Counter Social site, and I just posted a few posts, and I said I gave the introduction. I said, and thanks, for your patience. I do this on all the news sites. I said I might post 2 or 3, which is more than I normally do. I usually only do one post every few days on a lot of sites, some every day. So I did a few and I started going to add it into our list. And then it came back a message, we have deleted everything, which was kind of, I never hear it that way. We have swiped you clean. Sounded like a hacker. It said, and you have no more, nothing left. That was strange. Normally, you just get locked out. So I asked Counter Social's, the person that emailed, I said, please give me the explanation of, I usually make the effort to keep them. I said, explain what the violation was. And, their answer is just simply, we wiped you clean, boy. That's the attitude. And that's it. Well, I just looked who owns this site. It's the hacker by the name of the Jester. Okay. So he's on Twitter, he's on LinkedIn, all the sites I'm on. So I messaged him. And it's interesting because though he is on many sites, he's anonymous. My name is given on all my sites. And in the interaction, I said, do not erase any of these Counter Social messages back and forth. I said, save them for legal purposes and save them for the FBI and Justice Department to be able to look at them, our correspondence this last day. They're not going to delete those. But then I realized this person, his job is hacking, which is illegal. And he acknowledges that he's an international hacker. And he hacks into Muslim sites and different sites. He hacked into Russia. Now, surely our government has to know who this man is. And whether they allow him to do it because they feel it's for their benefit, that's not my question. In my correspondence with him, I said, I need your name. I said, I need your legal name for legal purposes. And if Twitter and LinkedIn and Facebook, if you allow this guy who acknowledges crimes, understand, hacking is considered a crime. And he boasts about being a hacker, an international hacker. And he mocks the group called Anonymous, and he says he's much better. So he admits to crimes. And yet he's allowed to maintain a presence on platforms. Now, in my last correspondence just now, before I said, let me talk on it, who is the Jester, I told him, I said, whatever your, anonymous life is, and you're engaging and you're on all these sites and platforms, I said, I want your name for legal purposes. You have a site called Counter Social, and whenever there's questions about things, when somebody is anonymous, here's the difficulty. Most of you know that have known me for a while. I have had threats, throughout my life because of just some of the people I work with, things that happen in our region. But when you are anonymous, and if somebody gets a message that's a threatening message, and your entire online presence is anonymous, that's problematic to me. So if you have a problem with me for whatever reason, we're going to ban you, we're going to get rid of, okay. I know if it's former Twitter, it was Jack Dorsey, the new guy for Mark, so you know who you're dealing with. The difficulty with this is he's boasting online because he's on Twitter talking about everything, and he's doing the whole thing anonymously. And so I said, don't erase these messages. Back and forth with them tonight, throughout the last few hours. I said, and I need your legal name for legal purposes. If you want to engage in your activities anonymously throughout the world and boast about it, that's your choice, brother. But because I get messages at times or threatening things to me, I'm not going to do business with somebody that says, you'll never know my name. We're going to get your name. Now, there's one, I mistook it at one point, but it seems as if I know his name at this point, but I want it in writing. So I'm doing this to simply say, the man by the name of the Jester, who is a famous hacker, why you would let him be on Twitter, why you let him, let me say, sometimes I have a lot of friends in different cultures and all. And if I see stuff that I see as anti-Semitic on many of the sites, what I do is, because I like a lot of things, that's how I stay active, just like posts. And I don't want to accidentally like things that are anti-Semitic. So I have to just not block them, but unfollow them or whatever, so I don't accidentally go down the row and like that. Now, I have Muslim friends. I have friends from different backgrounds, which I appreciate that. And this activist seems to be anti-Muslim, meaning he seems to say that I go against Islam, from what I read up on him. Now, with the atmosphere we're in our day, for Twitter and Facebook, I'm not sure if he was on LinkedIn, but for you to let somebody not give their name and use the name the Jester, and then to be on there engaging or doing, and he admits to crimes. He admits that he illegally hacks governments and people. And so a person like that, to me, is someone who says, I'll get you through my laptop or my device, and he won't face you. If you have a problem with me, you face me. You come up to me. You don't hide out and then boast online about what a tough guy you are. You face me. So in the correspondence, I said to Counter Social, I legally need your name if we're going to pursue action on you. No threats by me. But you hide like that. The court jester. And that upsets me. So I'll post this right now because it upset me today. And I'll simply say it's a disgrace that Twitter and Facebook, particularly how they have banned so many other Christian sites. You would allow an anti-Muslim person who admits to engaging in illegal activity in hacking foreign governments and hacking Muslim sites. He admits to that. He's proud of it. And you allow him to have an anonymous name and to have a presence on your platforms is a disgrace. I'm in all types of countries on what we do. And whether it's a Muslim place, a Jewish nation, wherever it is, we try to engage respectfully. And so I think when a person hides behind a facade like that, tonight he had 7 or 8 correspondences that I said, I need your name for legal purposes, brother. Counter Social. And to boast yourself that I go around the world hacking. So what did you do to me today? You don't just hack or stop governments you think are wrong. You started a new site called Counter Social, and you do it against Christians, brother. You do it against Christians. So I think you've probably had your run for long enough. We're going to get the name of the Jester. If you go to Twitter, he's on as the Jester. And if you go to Facebook, he's on as a Jester. And you should not allow an anonymous name like that. If you look close enough, because he's kind of come out a little more publicly and he gave a radio interview, and you kind of think you know who the person is. But if you have some calls, everybody knows my name. And you got to hide and not show your name. Then don't have the gall to tell somebody, we wiped you clean off of, because that's how they responded. It said, you are closed, and I just posted 2 or 3 posts. Everything you ever put on our site is gone. So he's kind of like an in-your-face guy. So for Twitter and Facebook to have the Jester, the court jester, is a disgrace. He should be removed because, like I told you, he has an anti-bias, and now it's against Christians. I'm on a lot of sites, and many of them, Christianity is not the primary religion, and they're gracious. Very rarely do I get, but this guy, Christian, you're gone. And then when I realized how he operates, the court jester, we will get your name, brother. We will get your name because you're hiding. You're hiding behind, you're like a little warrior behind your cloak, and you won't show your name. That's of a coward, brother. A coward doesn't show who he is. Okay? So this is the update. I hated to do it because it's a 1-issue update, but it upset me because you want to engage in all the things you engage in, and you feel that you boast about being an illegal hacker, and then you want to say, we're going to use that same strategy, and we're going to be on Twitter, we're going to be on Facebook. Why you did not ban this guy by now is beyond me. Is beyond me. He's admitting to being a lawbreaker. God bless the Jester. Let me see if I can shut this.